Hey everyone, so I got a pair of Echoes. Echo is a really good brand for comfort, and they also have a really nice look for dress as well. So, any professional that's going to be on their feet all day, Echo is always a really good choice. Well, we got these in, and as you can see from the before pictures, you can see there's just a lot of wear on these. And what I'm going to do is just show you how I clean shoes, and I'm going to show you what I use for them as well. But to take care of a lot of the dust buildup inside those crevices, what I use is saddle soap and a horsehair dauber brush. And the saddle soap puts a lot of moisture back into that leather as well. So after I do that, after I wipe them down, that takes a lot of the surface dirt off of the shoe. I'm going to follow it up with Tarago shoe cream. This has a little bit of polishing properties as well. Not a lot, but and a lot of people don't want their shoes like a really high polish. It's your call on how you want to do it, but I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, and you'll notice it's really not that hard, and the average person can do this at their own home. So I'm just going to walk you through the steps. What I'm going to do at the very end is add a Lincoln stain wax polish over the top of it, and this will protect it as well with water. It'll just kind of bead right off of it, so it puts a little bit of protection with also a high shine. So I'm not going to put a lot of this, just in some areas, and I'll show you how I do that. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, first you want to make sure you get the shoelaces taken off, especially when you're doing a deep clean on a pair of shoes. Now, if you're just have already deep cleaned your shoes and you're just touching them up, it's not necessary to remove the laces, but these are definitely needing a deep clean. So we remove the laces. Okay, so now that we got them up, we got the shoelaces out. First thing I do is I get the horsehair brush, just like this, just a small dauber, and I have a little thing of water over here. I'm dipping it in and kind of move it around here. And this solution right here does a great job on releasing the dirt. And at the same time, it's putting a lot of moisture back into that dry leather. Just work it in as much as you can. Now, if all I did was this, and not put any cream polish on it or anything like that, it will look better. But we're going to take it to the next level. So, okay, so you really want to get into those crevices. A lot of places where dirt hides is right along the welt here, whereas this one doesn't. These shoes don't have a stitched welt or anything like that. But just that little shelf down there where the sole is will collect a lot of dirt. Alright, so there's still a lot of that solution still on that shoe, and it's just going to continue soaking in while it dries, while I work on the other shoe. Alright, now for the left shoe, we're going to do the same exact thing. And don't worry about making a mess. You're not going to ruin these shoes. Just get in all the crevices. I like to do it in a circular motion, and that will, just in case, there's some shoes that have a lot of patterns on it. You want to get it from all directions and remove that dirt. And I'm using the Bickmore saddle soap. You know, I've been cleaning shoes for quite a while now, and I've had really good success with the Bickmore. I've used several different brands, and they all tend to work. I'm not going to say anything negative about any other brands. I've actually used the Feebing saddle soap, and I really like that one as well. But I've just had really good luck with the Bickmore. And I'm going to leave a link down below just in case anybody wants to try it out. And I'm curious to hear your experience on it, so feel free to leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Alright, so I'm just going to add just a little bit of water to that. Get some good suds going. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, normally what I would do is apply the cream right here while I have them on the stands, but I want to get a closer detail to where I could show you exactly what I'm doing and how I apply this cream. So I'm going to take them and we're going to do that on the desk. So. Okay, so I let the saddle soap dry. And what I'm going to do is show you guys, on a lot of shoes that don't need a high polish or anything like that, you could use the Doc Martens Wonder Balsam, and that will darken a lot of the light spots where the areas of the leather dried. And this does a really good job. That's not what I'm going for on this shoe. I'm actually going to be putting a shoe cream on it. So I match the color as close as I can. And we're just going to go ahead and apply that. And you can see the, just since we have a close-up going, you can see where the saddle soap really cleaned inside those edges. So I'm really happy with the results so far. And just like you've always heard, you know, a little goes a long way. That's very true. And you'll notice some leathers will take in that cream more than others. So that's why friction is really good. It'll really help take in that cream. notice there is a spot right here where there's a little bit of a tear in the leather, and that's normal, especially in this area. So if you're looking for a used pair of shoes, you'll definitely want to look in this part of the shoe for wear and tear. You'll also want to be careful on contrast stitching. This one I didn't have to worry about. Makes it a lot easier. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and let this one sit. So far, this is what we're looking at. I have not buffed them yet, so let's go ahead and get started. This one. You want to make sure that you're getting both of the shoes about the same. You don't want to get one that has, you know, more polish on it than the other. One might turn out a little bit darker than the other, so you just want to, whatever you did to the first shoe, you want to do to the second. going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and brush these off. And like I said, this cream polish, it has some polishing properties to it, but just not a lot. You can see here, this is looking, I can already tell a huge difference. Let's go ahead and get the other one, and this is before it's polished, or before it's buffed. Okay, let's go ahead and put these together. You can see a pretty good improvement here. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and put them back on the mounts, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the Lincoln stain wax on it to put a little bit of protection on it and shine up some of the areas, and we'll see what happens. Okay, we have the left shoe up here, and what I'm going to be using is this the stain wax. This puts a really good protectant over the whole shoe. You just want to be real careful on areas that's going to be creasing a lot, like right here in the toe area. You don't want to put too much of this, because what's going to happen, especially on a cold day, this is a wax, so what it's going to do is it's going to build that layer, and if it's cold, it's not going to be pliable, and you'll start seeing maybe some cracking going on. Now your leather's not cracking, it's just the wax that's put on the top of it. But to prevent that, to where you don't have to, brush it up in the morning, and if it does crack, all you really have to do is just buff it up, heat it up a little bit. Wearing it will help as well, but to prevent that, just don't put a lot around that toe area. So you really want to concentrate around the tip of the toe and the heel area. So, and I'm going to show you how I do this. What we're going to do is just run it around in a circular motion, and in a way you're heating it up, and we're just going to go ahead and apply that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the other shoe. Okay, so we got the shoe mounted up here. Let's go ahead and give this a run. And when you're putting this stuff on, you'll notice it goes on very dull. It's whenever you buff it out is when you're going to get the nice shine. And this is a perfect opportunity to let the other shoe cool off that wax, because what you want it to do is harden before you buff it off. And that's where you get your really nice shine. Like I said, you could put more in the heel area. And the toe. All right, let's go back to the other shoe. Yep.
Are you out here?
Yeah, I'm out here.
Oh, you back here? Oh shoot, are you?
Yeah, it's fine though.
I didn't know you were back doing that.
It's okay.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are Fin Comfort.
Yeah.
It's 41. 41 men's is 8 to 8.5, or women's is 10 to 10.5. But what is that D?
I would go with the. The women's.
The women's.
That's a
okay.
popular size. Plus,
all right.
the way that looks, I would definitely go women's.
So it's just women's like mule shoe then.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yep. All right. So now that we got that up here, what I'm gonna do is try to get some friction going. One thing I didn't mention earlier with the horsehair brush that I was using, you want to keep a horsehair brush for a particular color. So if you're doing like burgundy, or you want to keep that on it, because whenever you start buffing out another pair of shoes, what's going to happen is the pigment that it picked up from the last pair or from that polish will get on the next pair. It won't be noticeable, but that's a great way to prevent a lot of streaking on a lot of the lighter color shoes. So that's something I've learned over the years. Okay, so all right, so this one is done, and you could adjust the tint of the actual outcome by the colors that you choose. So I'd like to experiment on some things just so I know what I can do, so be creative. All right, so this one's looking good. Let's go back to the other one. can see we've really come up with a nice shine here. And you're not going to get this type of shine just using that shoe cream. This is where that stain wax really comes in. I use the Lincoln. It's very affordable. There are some other ones. The Saphir makes an excellent wax polish, and you get an excellent. You're going to pay a little bit more for it. I mean, I shine a lot of shoes, so I have to stay within my budget. But I will definitely, on some of my future videos, use some of that Saphir and show you what it can do. All right. So, looks like just a really big difference from when we started. Okay, so let's go over the before and after photos, and we'll see how they turned out. Okay, so you could see here our final result on these shoes. They turned out great. Just a huge difference from when we started. So anybody could do this on their own. And like I said, you could use whatever color polish you want. I was actually going for this type of tint. So, but I could have used like a more of a brown to get some of the red tones out, but I actually wanted to put them in this one. So, but this is what I used, and this is a dark burgundy or even a prune color, and you, as you can see, that's not really what it turned out to be. It was a mixture of whatever was on that shoe. So I'm really happy with the results. Like I said, anybody can do this, but what I'm going to do now is just show a lot of before and after pictures.